My grandfather, Cyril, who became the repository of family history, not just of our immediate family, but of all the Sparks relatives, wherever they made their way to in the world. It's really extraordinary. He became a bank clerk. The first place he worked was in Kempville, and he, as the most junior member of the bank team, he was a teller, and he slept behind the counter with a shotgun. And of course, things were country in those days, so as in those days you washed in a ceramic bowl, and things were otherwise pretty primitive. Cyril really wanted to go to McGill, and one day he played hooky, probably to swim at the foot of the Rideau Canal, at the foot of the locks. And his father, in punishment, said, "No, you've got to go out and work." And what a young man of ambition would do in those days, who wasn't going to do some form of professional vocation, would have gone to do what he did, which was a bank clerk. He lost his brother in the Battle of the Somme, and fortunately after his mother had died, because that would have just devastated her, because he was the bon vivant of the two boys. He was the one who loved the girls, who loved to gamble, who probably had difficulty settling down, because he went off to the Boer War, where I don't think he saw active service particularly, but he did have a good time on the ship going and coming back.
In the 1920s, Cyril comes back to Ottawa. Can you tell us about that?
Well, he came back really following his father's death, and undertook to manage his share of the family fortune, invested it poorly, mostly in second mortgages. So in 1929, when many first mortgage holders could not make their payments, he, as the second mortgage holder, could not take up the first mortgage, so he lost a lot of his fortune. It was difficult. He was a very proud man. He was very punctilious, so he never really forgave himself either for losing his money or for being the black sheep son of a lady who'd run away. He lived a very long life. He made it almost to the age of 105, and his memory was in great shape until his death. So from the age that I could understand anything until he died, he was telling me stories of Ottawa, which is how eventually I got so interested in trying to link all the pieces together.